I ask you if you're ready to reinvent your day, because we have women here, powerhouses in the house, who are going to help us reinvent right this afternoon. Girls, are you here? Didn't hear you though.
Empowering a billion women by 2020.
Yes, Mission 2020 is here. From USA, from the UK, from Ghana, from Kenya, from Estonia, from everywhere in the world. Women are rising.
We're flowing.
This reminds me of what Candy said yesterday. She defined for us what a billionaire is, and I want to share that with you. She said, I am a billionaire because I touch a billion lives.
Wow.
So, we're gonna meet empowered billionaires on a mission. This is what happens when the divine feminine is unleashed. And I invite you to meet Dr. Tina Alton, the head of international expansion and chief financial officer of the mission, empowering a billion women by 2020. Miracles happen, ladies and gentlemen.
Let's hear for Dr. Tina Alton.
Dr. Anna McCoy.
Candace Corby.
Music though. Dr. Linda Wallens. Emra Smith. Noise. Power, energy. These ladies deserve it. They've come a long way away to be with us this afternoon. Thank you. Shaili Chopra. Cherie Darian. Esther Pasares. Toyin Danya. Whitney Mensa. Dr. Dalal Akure. Ethel A. Marco. Fatima. Is everybody on the stage already?
No.
There comes Fatima. Yes. Fatima Ali Muhammad. Come on over. Dr. Barry Mabitkin. Ghana.
Presenting to you, Empowering a Billion Women 2020. Who doesn't want to be in this group? Thank you, ladies.
Over to Dr. Tina.
Thank you. Thank you so much. We have Lady Honorable Esther on her way coming in. I should have brought my glasses. Right, so we're going to go around and obviously I'll do a quick round of introduction and then we can go straight into. So we have Dr. Anna McCoy, who's the CEO of the EBW 2020 Foundation. We have Candice Corby, CEO of Cobra Legal Solutions, US and India. We have Dr. Linda Wallace, CEO of a Company of Women and also an Empowerment Director with EBW 2020. We have Emma Smith, who is the CEO and founder of International School of Stories, and she's also our newly appointed Executive Director for the EBW 2020 Foundation. We have Shailene Chopra, who is our Chief Global Strategist for EBW 2020, as well as the partner for Lumina Health Solutions in USA. We have Cherie Darian, who is the CEO and founder of Second Chance Communities in USA. We have Tonyin Dania, who's the board member for Street Children Ghana, as well as MBC Ghana. And then we have the one and only Lady Fatima Ali Mohammed, who's the CEO of Africa Brand Warrior from Kenya, based in Ghana. And we have Honorable Esther Pasaris, who's Member of Parliament, Women's Representative for Nairobi County, who's making her way. She's been unwell, so we've had a doctor looking after her, but she's making her way to join us shortly. So if I can just go into around here. Anna, as the CEO of the EBW 2020 Foundation, I mean, that is an audacious goal. Like, I thought I dreamt big until I heard about EBW. I'm like, oh, holy moly smoky. Like, how do you even begin to go about achieving a goal like that?
Hello, everyone. You're loved, you're appreciated, you're celebrated, and you are valued. Thank you for coming. Thank you to our host. How you go about achieving a goal of empowering 1 billion women, you must be the first to apply. All right, you must be the one who will stand up and say, I will do it. So we at Empowering 1 Billion Women, our founder is Ingrid Vanderveld. She is the chairman of EBW, all things EBW. Her mission was to empower 1 billion women. She is doing that on our corporation side. We are empowering 1 billion women by enlisting women to do 1 billion acts. So we're redefining billionaire by being that woman who will be moved by our heart to accomplish 1 billion acts of impact. So how many women in the room is that one woman whose heart can be motivated and changed to make a difference in the world? Then you are that woman. So we can't do it alone. We need your support. We need your agreement. We need your alignment to be a part of something great. If there are women in the room, we have opportunities for you. I want to share our partner Visa has an opportunity right now for women that are doing social impact to win $100,000. So do we have information? Okay, so if you can email Emra, E-M-R-A, at ebw2020.com, we will send you the information you need to apply. So that's one act that you can be a part of. Again, it's Emra, E-M-R-A, at ebw2020.com so that you can put your company in the process. One of the things that we have learned is women are really afraid to step up. Hello, Honorable Esther. Welcome. You are loved. Okay, give me 20 seconds. Don't ring that bell. All right. So we have this opportunity for you to enlist, to sign up your company. Do not be afraid to do it. Ingrid set up a $150 million fund with Dell Corporation for women. And in 90 days, no women applied because we were afraid. So I'm encouraging you today to email us at emra@ebw2020 so you can take advantage. It's happening in regions around the world. So be in the mix. All right? Thank you.
Thank you so much. So I'll come to you, Candice. You are the CEO of Cobra Legal Solutions. And often when we talk about empowering women, I think in my experience, we forget about the corporate woman, because we think she's achieved it, she's corporate, she's out there, and therefore we don't necessarily need to empower her. So I'd like you to share with us, how wrong is that, and how crucial is it that when we're talking and thinking about empowering women, that we actually also include the corporate woman through the initiatives that your organization is doing?
Thank you, Dr. Tina. I'll just say, this is just such a tremendous opportunity, and from my perspective, my company has 85% women worldwide. So that's empowerment just there. Can I hear a little bit noise? Let me say it one more time. 85% women worldwide. Now, it doesn't stop there when they just have a job or a career as a lawyer or a technologist. So in many cultures, whether it be the U.S. or in India, where we are primarily, our gals, they get the job, they go on and they start their career, but then they get married. Well, obviously, in many cultures, that means they then quit their job and they go home and they take care of the family. At Cobra, we give them the opportunity to not have to do that. They can stay in their career. We support them. We have family days. We talk to their families. We talk to their moms, their dads, their brothers, sisters, aunts, so that they're allowed to stay in that role. Second thing happens is they have a child. And again, that's an obstacle of staying in their career or being empowered to do what their lifelong dream or goal is. Again, we give them the opportunity to do that and to stay at Cobra. So what we're doing is empowering those women to get a job. We do a double-blind test, and they come through and they come into the workforce. They're really smart. They're educated. They get married. They have children. They stay with us, and they're exceptional individuals. So let me tell you another statistic about my company. The average age of those 85% women is 28 years old. So that means these are young wives, young mothers who are empowered to do what they want to and be a career woman. So that's what we do. That's how we make it happen at Cobra.
Thank you so much. I'll come to you, Dr. Linda. Last year on the EBW tour, you were in 21 cities in the U.S., 10 countries, and you spent 140 days on the road. Right. Now, I would like you to share with us from your experience, what did the women that you met, what was it that they needed to be empowered, to feel empowered, and to stay empowered?
So the thing that we discovered on our tour is, as we talked to women about defining what empowerment meant to them individually, it wasn't even about money. We didn't hear anything about, I want to make $1 million. What it was about, I have a purpose, I have a passion for my family, for my community, for my nation, and I need the tools to equip me to be able to do something significant. It was about legacy building. It was about living out of their own identity, interest, and the things that they were engaged in day to day. And so we at EBW have those resources. We have an online membership-driven community that has topics that teach women on business, on finance, on personal development, on time management, all kinds of life skills that help women to step into our portal in the comfort of their own homes or in small group settings where they can learn key principles to help them run businesses, run organizations that are sustainable. And then the other thing that we do is our monthly empowerment meetings. We call them chapter meetings. So we've gone into cities, which is what the purpose of our tour last week, to raise up local leaders, women who had an interest in an entrepreneurial spirit, who were willing to be an influence in their community, gather women together so that they could have their own tribe for encouragement, for support, for collaboration around ideas and initiatives. So that's what we found, is people want community, women want community, they want relationship, educational resources, and an opportunity to do things that they're passionate about.
Thank you so much. And I want to come to you, Emma, as the CEO and founder of International School of Stories. And you happen to be a dear friend of mine as well. But I think that, having known you and worked with you, when we talk about empowerment, often it does take stepping outside the myths and the limits or limitations or the, cultural boxes that we grow up with. How important is it for a woman to truly become empowered, to really break through the myths of showing up as who they are by telling their story?
I want to say to each of you that your story matters. And it's a journey to unpack that. Yes, indeed. It is the most incredible tool for your personal life to understand all the pieces that make you you. And as you discover that, heal from it, step into it, then I really urge each woman to write it and publish a book. In that entire journey, you find something of your being that you never knew before. And for us in EBW, it's simply what we do. We meet with women, we hear each other's stories. Stories inspire, and then the tools that we provide, the tools each of us dig deep into, give us the skill set that we need. So you literally need both those pieces in your life. So I want to encourage you to make sure you have community that you are reaching into. If you don't, we're here. Love Soul Sisters. What an incredible, isn't that what we all are? Collaborators. We're collaborators. Yes. We're not competitors. And if you can leave this experience here where we all have new collaborations, new love for each other's cultures, differences, stories, get to know your sister's story. Because when you become one with her in that, there's a different acceptance, there's a different understanding, there's a different giving. So that's a little of what we do with that.
Thank you. Shaylee, you have a big job. So you're the Chief Strategy Officer, as well as Chief Digital Officer with Lumina Partners. Now, a goal as big as empowering and bullying women, you hold all the strategies. So you're like the strong, when you go to a bank, the safe, right? Or would you share with us, what are some of the strategies that you're bringing to the table that is helping to galvanize reaching the billion that we can also take? Because if you have a strategy that can help me reach 1 billion women, I think I can use the same strategy to reach maybe 10,000, 1,000. So what are some of the strategies that you're using that you can share with us that we can also take away and use in our businesses?
1 billion women. 1 billion women. Why do it? Why do it for even one? Why do it for 100? Why do it for 1,000, let alone 1 billion women? You know why? There was a recent study done by McKinsey that if 100% of the women in the world were empowered, we create additional $12.5 trillion impact to the world economy. Ladies, we are the currency of tomorrow. We are the power of tomorrow. And we don't have to do it alone. We can, because that's a power we hold. But we're going to do it in collaboration with each other. We're going to do it in collaboration with the men who support us as well. But we must, because together we are stronger. So yes, big, hairy, audacious goal, empowering 1 billion women across the globe. How can we do it? We do it by understanding what impact really means. What impact means not only on fancy strategies on pieces of paper, but what impact means on the front line for the woman who's supporting her family, who's struggling for survival, who needs to secure livelihood for herself and her family. For a woman who has a business running but has a fire in her to give impact, to be of service to others. For corporate leaders, for women who are in the environment who want to be the leaders of tomorrow, creating opportunities. So as we in EBW think about how do we create impact, we've invested a lot of time and energy in truly understanding what impact really means on the front lines. What impact means viewed through the lenses of cultural nuances within various global regions. I grew up in India. I can tell you what impacts meant to me growing up in India and North Delhi is very different than what impact means to me in corporate world. So we understand data, we understand technology, and we practice what we preach. So as we go out creating programs and services to create impact, we deploy the data models behind it to understand, are we really moving the needle? Are we really creating impact? And not only do we do it for ourselves, we also teach women we partner with on how to truly quantify the success and impact of their initiatives so we can all be data-driven and we can all be cognizant of the true impact we're creating for the world.
Thank you. Cherie, I call her the lady of second chances. Now, to be empowered means you have to get up a number of times when you get knocked down. But I find that as women, and I do that as well sometimes, that I'm so hard on myself that I don't think that I deserve a second chance, even when it's been offered to me, when it's staring at me. How can we begin to believe that we truly deserve a second chance for ourselves?
Hello. It's true, Dr. Tina, and thank you so much for having me, all of you amazing women on the panel with me, as well as all of you that are out here, and especially Dr. Habib. God bless you. Thank you. You know, you guys are great. You're amazing. Looking at someone else, reading their credentials, it's easy to look at someone else and think that they're the picture of success. But how do you take that same mirror, look at yourself, and extend that same love and appreciation? Well, I had to do that. I want to tell you, this is my first time here in India, and it was an eye-opening experience. From the moment my feet touched the ground, I've been saying over and over again that I felt like I stepped into my future because I'm 9.5 hours time difference from at home. And so here opened my eyes to more, to abundance, to greater, to second chances. And I got to see how blessed I am already. And just taking a moment to reflect and being true to thyself, you will know it is an inner game first. You must know yourself. You must love yourself. You must appreciate yourself. And you must extend that same love and appreciation that you give so effortlessly to everybody else, to yourself. So for me, that's how I did it. And it started with me, my own convictions. What is it that moves you? What is your purpose? What drives you? What gets you out of the bed every morning? That's what happened for me. And I saw something that was so much greater than me that I could bring value to with the expertise, the experiences, not always the money. It actually, for me, to be transparent, it started with my heart. And I wear my heart on a sleeve. And I do it deliberately. That vulnerability where I can get naked, unashamed, and unapologetic, that is who I am. And I embrace her. God bless you.
Thank you, Shuri. So we have to give ourselves a second chance, and the second, and the second, and the second, time and time again. Thank you so much. Tonyin, I want to come to you. You're on the board or board member for Street Children in Ghana. I grew up in Ghana before moving to London, and so I do have that experience. And oftentimes you find somebody who's living on the street, like no hope. Right, all hope is gone because I live on the street. How do you begin to even empower somebody that has lost all hope? You look at your environment, your surroundings, there's no hope. How do you begin to empower somebody like that?
Thank you so much. Street Children, it's a passion of mine, and being a board member has a big responsibility. It's not just the numbers, it's about the people behind the word, Street Children. Every child comes from a mother. If we don't empower the mother, if we don't empower ourselves to help, the 12th of February was International Street Children's Day, and we saw how many people we have impacted. In Ghana, in a place called Jamestown, we work with the mothers, holistically with their children. We take the children off the street who are an economic element to the family, and we put them back into education. The mother can now give herself a chance through us to actually learn some skills, whether it is dressmaking, hairdressing, a vocational skill, to just give her the confidence that she can do more. But you give her a little bit. We give her a little bit of business training. We give her a little bit of money. We give her a little bit of hope. We give her back the love she can give to her child instead of putting them out there just as economic vessels. she can now be empowered. That household is now empowered. The siblings of that one child can now not experience being a street child. The mother takes her role again within the household with her husband, with her partner, to make a home for family with some economic benefits. But our role is to be there for them, to support them, to go out with the stakeholders, to get the money, to build the systems, to support and help them. And that's what we do with the Street Children Empowerment Foundation. And if any of you are interested, please come and talk to me, because there's so many replications we can do with each and every one of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So to give hope to somebody who's lost all hope, education is the place to begin. Powerful. Thank you so much. And I have a warrior with us, the Africa Brand Warrior. And, I believe that when we have the opportunity to be in business or as entrepreneurs or corporations, that we can use our brand to empower others. We can use our brand to lift others from where they are. So I'd like you to share with us, how can we use our brand from a business perspective to empower others?
Great. Good afternoon and greetings from Africa. My name is Fatima, like she mentioned, and I'm a queen, a real queen, back in Ghana. And I believe every one of us is a queen in our own ways. And you need to believe what you are. I remember writing down my name as Queen Fatima over 30 years ago, and I didn't know that one day I was going to make a real queen with a stool. So that is the power of branding. Power of branding begins from the aspect of what is your mission, what is your vision, what is your dream. That's where it starts from. And for me, it starts with the purpose of when I die tomorrow, I want to know that the land is not going to spit me out because I did not do justice to it. So your question is, what is your purpose? What is it that you stand for? Because a brand stands for something. You need to mean something, whether it's for the person in your family, whether it's the person in your environment, whether it's the person around you. Today, corporate worlds are focusing more on CSR. But for me, that is a word that has no meaning, because in their world, CSR stands for cosmetic social responsibility. All they want to do is take a picture showing that they're giving somebody something. That's not what it is. Because when you do something like that, you're actually embarrassing the person, because nobody knew that he was disadvantaged. Nobody knew that he was poor. But by you doing that, you've made the world know that. So we need to do things. The Bible says it, the Quran says it, the Gita says it. When you give something from your left hand, your right hand should never know about it. So you need to know what your purpose is. You need to know what you stand for. And that's why I keep saying, even though we're African Brand Warrior, it's a war, but it's not a war of bloodshed. It's a war of how can I make sure my circle is stronger and bigger. And with the sisters here, this is what we're doing. I represent two brands. I'm a fifth-generation Indian from Africa, speaking Hindi, Gujarati, Kutchi, Punjabi, and Sindhi fluently, but born in Africa. But when I come to India, I represent Africa. When I go to Africa, I represent India. So this is what you need to do, that when you stand out, when you go in there, what you want people to see you and what you want people to represent you. Because I'm tired of social media. Most of us are older going, but guess what? When you come on stage and that doesn't match what you're doing, you're in trouble. Let's make sure our brand consistency is important. What are your grandchildren going to recognize you as? Do you want your grandchildren to see you as people that were looking like something that came out from Transformers or whatever else that was out there? Or do you want them to believe you and remember you with a purpose and a being? Because you are representing a generation and generations to come. So as a brand, all I say is understand your mission, your vision. Let's do it together. What stands for you stands for me. Together we do it. Thank you very much.
Wow, that's awesome. So we're coming to Honorable Esther, Member of Parliament and a Women's Representative, Nairobi County. And, Shiri, you touched on a point that we all sometimes have, a picture of success, but it did take being, knocked down and getting up and everything else. And before you go into Parliament, this is your fourth attempt that you succeeded in getting into Parliament. I'd like to share, for you to share with us, 4 times to get your goal, to get your dream. How can we push past the obstacles, the limitations, and everything else that you had to get past in order to see your goal 4 times round? So she's a 4-time champion.
Good afternoon. Thank you so much. for putting this together. I really hope that we will hold World Economic Forum in Kenya one day, all right? Yeah, so failure is not an option. Every failure is a lesson learned. So why did I go 4 times? I mean, it's resources, it's energy, it's insults. When you're a woman politician in Kenya, I don't know if it works for Africa, they tear you to pieces. Are you married? How many children does she have? Is it the same father? Who's she having an affair with? Everything comes into the fore. I mean, you literally are sliced down to pieces. So it's embarrassing. And I had, at that time, my children were teenagers. But I got home one day, and my daughter said to me, "Mom, please don't do it again, all right? You're going to lose again, and it's going to be so embarrassing, and they might kill you, all right?" And then I thought to myself that evening, I had a moment with God, all right? We all need moments with God, okay? And I had a moment with God, and I said, do I really want my daughter to think that when you fail and fail and fail, you give up? So I went down on my knees, and I said to God, I've always prayed for a position, but I've never really prayed. This time, we're in it together. I lose, you lose, because you're the God I worship. You fail me, the world gets to see that the God I worship is not powerful. So I challenged God. I challenged him. And you know what? I walked the entire journey with him. And walking with God is like breathing. It's got to be continuous. Every single day you're engaging him. Every single step of the way. The Catholics and the Christians say we worship a very jealous God. So I invoked God's presence in everything I did. And when I went out there, I knew I was going to win. And guess what? I got the highest votes in Kenya, Nairobi County. I got 860,000 votes. Bit this. Higher than the 2 presidential candidates. So my God was alive and well, and he was there, he was present. I am also a role model and a mentor, and I was the first woman entrepreneur who went into manufacturing. And being a role model, I just felt that if we want to get our space, Kenya's electoral process brings only 10% women. If we wanted to get more women in legislative roles, more women in private sector, more good women venturing into politics, which is important to be in that space, then I needed to win this. So my second pact was to win it for the women, so that women can know that no matter what they say about you, you still have to go and go and go. If you're not, what do they say? You've got to be present, right? You can't just be on the menu, all right? So for me, I really honestly believe that women, every time you fail, just pick your pieces up together and go again at it, especially if you believe in it, all right? Look at the lessons you've learned. I went to university at the age of 50, and I graduated with my first degree at the age of 54, all right? I'm 55 this year. And the reason I did this, the reason I went to university is because from woman representative, member of parliament, I want to be the governor of Nairobi. And who knows, maybe even the president of Kenya. Kenya hasn't had a woman president yet. So maybe add my, it's not about just getting a position and getting a title, because leadership knows no title. I came to Delhi in 2008 to get the UN Habitat Award for lighting up Nairobi. I was not a leader. I ran a movement called My Dress, My Choice, where women had the right to dress up the way they want to dress up. We were being stripped in Nairobi when we wore minis and when we wore trousers, all right? So the men felt that they had a say in how we dress. So if you Google My Dress, My Choice, we said, and I stood up before I was a leader. So you don't need a title to lead. Once you are a woman, you are born a leader, okay? When God created women, right? In the Bible, he says we are the helpers of men. He knew that men couldn't do it right without us. And now we think we can't get it right without them. Let me tell you something. They haven't got it right without us. Kenya's leadership has got so much corruption. And when we look at all the poverty that's linked to corruption, there's very few women there. It's been dominated and run by men. And we've been following them and dancing for them and choosing them into elective positions. What we need to engage men, right, but what we need is the sisterhood. We need to talk to women. We need women to stand up for women. We have 50% women in Kenya. Why don't we have more women leaders? So women, we need to talk to each other. We need to talk to our daughters. Then we need to educate our sons and educate our husbands, because this world cannot go forward without the woman being on the top. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Thank you, Honorable Esther. That is powerful. Now, I'm going to open the floor for a very, very short Q&A, maybe 2 questions. But also, one of the things that we're doing with EBW, Shaylee, you talked about measuring impact. And we go to various countries where there is all hope lost. And so you will find on your table a ribbon like this on your table. What it is for is, I want you to write a message of hope. A message of hope. We're going to take in, one of the things we do, we're going to make the hope rug, right? Hope rug. This is going to be weaved into a rug where it has messages of hope from women all across the world that we can share with. So please write a message of hope and make sure it gets to Emra. Questions. First question. Anybody got a question they would like to ask? Question? No questions? – 30 seconds to write. You have a question. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you so much. My name is Miriam Fonikesimi, and I created a company in Africa for solar energy. That was just to introduce myself. Thank you so much for the world energy you gave us. Thank you so much for this sisterhood, and thank you, of course. And I wanted just maybe to emphasize on this movement, and can you maybe present it a bit and introduce that to us to make sure that we can join you and join this movement with you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. So Emra, as the ED Executive Director, if you can take like 8 seconds.
Please go to ebw2020.com. A lot of information on there. And literally what we do is empower women globally. We do it through finding chapter leaders in different cities, in different countries. I've had the privilege of finding, training, and putting together those monthly meetings. We have courses of training and online stuff to teach all the things that you'd need to know. We love to collaborate, come to events like this where we can give, find out how can we give in the countries that we go to. And for the foundation, we are looking at various projects that we're going to be working on, collaborating with women globally to empower them to do empowerment programs in their countries. If that helped a little, ebw2020.com. And if you would like to email me, if you'd like to be a leader, Emra, E-M-R-A, at ebw2020.com.
Thank you. Do we have any other questions? Oh, yes, please. Thank you.
Hi, first of all, I want to thank you, the entire event, and for all the conversation that I've heard. Thank you so very much. And this specific question is for Shelley. If I want to be a part of 1 billion women entrepreneurs, how can that happen? Because I do believe that technology and data is changing the world, and it is the future. So how can we imbibe that? And I'm personally doing a project on fashion. So I want to, and as a woman, I'm not I'm not into coding. But I do know that it's one of the most important things. So how can we collaborate? And how can everyone here collaborate with this particular important topic of data and science and technology?
It starts with the idea, and you have that. Then we get together, we talk about how do we measure the impact that you really want to make? What does impact really mean to you, right? What does impact mean to you, people surrounding you, maybe part of your business, and then the community. So there are 3 levels of that. So what we do is we understand impact, we define impact, and then we define the data we need to really measure, to capture. So we can say, for example, if you're in the fashion industry, and I'm making assumptions, if you're going to be producing goods, producing your pieces there. Who do you employ? What demographics do they come from? Is there an opportunity to provide additional training, additional skills to them so they become sustainable, they can sustain their growth and their livelihood, and what other opportunities that can be created. So we measure that, we create the model, and if there's an opportunity to create other digital platforms like apps, like leveraging internet, then you leave it to the data nerds like me to figure that out. I wear my data badge proud. So my email is schopra@ebw2020.com. I'll come and give you my card as well. We can talk and we'll figure it out.
Thank you so much. So in like 1 second each, I'd like you to tell us or share with us one tip, because we've spent about 5 days together, we are empowered. We're going out to empower others as well. But I believe that you have to sustain what you have in order for real transformation to happen. So if you can share with us your one tip that we can take away that would help us to sustain what we've gained here so that we are able to then go and pour into others. Thank you.
Thank you, Tina. I think the one tip is to consider 3 people that you have met here at this conference, and I want you to send them an email and ask for a Zoom, a FaceTime, or a Facebook Messenger call to continue your conversation. Just choose 3. Of course, you can follow up with all the people you have, but really consider who opened your heart space while you were here, and you take the step to actually open that relationship.
I think I'll just continue on with that is when you are in a position of power, so if you are already a leader, you're a CEO, or wherever you may be making impact, continue to do that. So if you have women you see out there that are energetic and they want to do more, you know they have the opportunity to do more, reach out to them and say, hey, give them a hand up. That's what we all should do. No more should we be putting others down. For so long, there were so few women at the top, and it was like a struggle to say, oh, there's only one position, so I want it, and we were pushing each other away. Collaborate with your sisters and pull them up, don't push them down.
My one tip would be to stay a part of a community, find your tribe, or create your own tribe. Relationships are important.
And I'd like to add to that, make sure you have a mentor. Make sure you stay engaged where you are fed. So the WEF has many of these all over the world. There may be others in your city. We do a few. So make sure that you keep coming, that you keep being fed, that you open your space, that you don't go back to your city and you only stay. We need our personal community. We need our city community. And the third circle is we need it way out there. We were challenged beyond who we are.
I would say own the heck out of your dreams. Dream it, dream big, don't be embarrassed, don't be ashamed, own your dream. And it's okay if you don't have the answers, if you don't know how you're going to achieve it. Show up every day, reach out. I'll build upon what Emra said. Reach out to at minimum 3 people and share your dream. Talk about it, learn from them, and I guarantee you the way to achieve your dream will emerge. Just stay on it.
Aren't they great? They are amazing. Oh my God. I would say start with your why. Start with your why. To your own self, be true. And whether you're starting a business or you're just helping in your family or your local communities, it will be the thing that you always come back to. Because it's not a matter of if you have challenges, it's just a matter of when. So always start with your why.
So for mine today, I'm just going to say to you, as mothers out there, go back home to your families and tell them what you've learned here. And also let your daughters see, let your sons see that you are their mom, you are their auntie, you're their sister, their cousin, whatever. But you've got it going on. And that you're going to continue to come to events like this. You're going to continue to connect. The likes on your Facebook page, your websites, everything's going to get richer from today. Keep going. I wish you all the best of luck.
For me, the most important is, I'm just going to tell you, you've got to light your own candle and have enough oil in your lamp before you can go and oil somebody else's lamp. I sit here in front of you as a person who's had a brain stroke, who's been paralyzed, who's had 2 cancer scares, who's been through a brutal divorce, who's had to carry my father 23 kgs in my hands. I stand in front of you. You wouldn't know any of that because we all wear masks. But you need to own your truth and not be embarrassed of your truth. And make sure your tribe is real. Your tribe has to be real. You have to be your sister's keepers. We're too busy pushing people down. Let's pull them up, but do it with truth, but do it ensuring that you have your own lamp lit before you go lighting somebody else's.
Wow. Now, being last has a disadvantage. Almost everything is said. Okay, so on your truth, I think it's important that you know who you are. And don't be ashamed at any stage of your life when you don't really you realize, I don't know who I am. Okay? So take the time to know who you are. It's so important to have that self-reflection, to have that silent moment, to have that moment where you say, okay, you were not perfect here. This is what you got to do to improve yourself. And be proud of whoever you are. Whatever failures and successes you have, they're part of who you are. It's like a storybook. It's your life. Own every chapter, because at the end of the day, it's who you are. And if you don't love you as you are, no one else is going to love you. So my ritual every morning is I get up, I look in the mirror, and I say, good morning, Esther. I love you, you're beautiful, and you're going to have a great day. So start with positive affirmations and stay on top of your game. You're all winners, you're women.
Thank you so much. And from me, it's find collaborators. Find collaborators, because that's how you're going to be able to go faster, right? If you want to go far, you know that quote. But if you want to go further, go with somebody else. Same as a broom. It's easy to break one broom, but when we have a bunch of broom, it's harder to break. So find collaborators such as Dr. Habeen. Thank you so much for inviting us to collaborate with you. Vinay, we love you. We appreciate you. Thank you so much. And Sakti here from Cobra Legal in Chennai. Thank you for being, collaboration gets you there faster. So thank you so much again for having us.
Thank you so much, Tina, and you beautiful sisters. We've been talking about tribe a lot. You are the dynamos of sisterhood, and we couldn't hope for a more leadership-oriented, love and light-oriented afternoon. It's filled us up to here. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Tina, and my sisters, Candice, and everybody here. And Governor from Kenya. Amazing conclusion. I love that 1 second that you did, because I realized how much on impact and action on point you all were. And I think that's something that's such a great takeaway for a lot of us. We have a lot of passion, we have a lot of dreams, but at the end of the day, it just comes to that one step that you take forward, right? So from now on, with this beautiful session and amazing women from all over the world validating it for us, let us hold this dear, that one step that we take forward, that one initiative, that one action is a seed that we sow and we nurture and it grows. So thank you for who you are. God bless you.
And for the dynamos that you all are, I invite you to accept gratitudes of affection at the Women Economic Forum. I invite Dr. Tina Alton to accept this award as the Exceptional Woman of Excellence. Dr. Anna McCoy, please step up and accept this honor as an Exceptional Woman of Excellence. Candice Corby, we congratulate you for this honor and the woman that you are at the Women Economic Forum in New Delhi. Dr. Linda Wallace. You are indeed an exceptional woman of excellence. Emra Smith, please accept this honor. The Women Economic Forum is honored to present to Emra Smith Shaili Chopra. You are an exceptional woman of excellence. Shiri Darian. Esther Besaris, please accept this honor for the work that you do and the woman that you are in celebration of you. Toyin Dania, you are an exceptional woman of excellence. Fatima Ali Muhammad, from Ghana, from India, from the world, we present to you the iconic woman creating a better world for all. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it. Team EBW 2020. Sisters Beyond Borders, with one mission and one mission alone, to bring the women of the world together. We are family. Girls, let's dance. Let's do a little dance. Join us. Yes. Are you in the house?
For the future and our goals in sight. We know we don't get depressed. Here's what we call our golden rule. Have faith in you and the things you do. You won't go wrong. Oh no, this is our family jewel. We are family. Sing it to me. All my sisters and me. Sing it to me. I can hear you guys. Everybody sing. Have faith in you and the things you do. Hey, I got all my sisters and me. We are
Our superpower is this sisterhood. I just realized. Dr. Harbeen Arora. Our superwoman. If I could beckon you onto the stage, please. Sisters beyond borders. That's what we keep hearing. This is the message echoing, embedded in these walls, in this carpet, everywhere. And we are in celebration